Happy Thursday and happy birthday to my father and to Mr. Mike Newton. I always joke around with Mike because I always tell him, I'll never forget your birthday because you shared a birthday with my father. So, I hope you both have a very, very special day today, and I hope this makes it a little extra fun. So enjoy it, have fun with it, and have an extra special day. Now before we talk about our workout, let's talk about our warm-up. We're going to take down a plank lean for 2, the down dog for 3 to 5 reps, heel elevated squat or air squat, depending on what you have access to, for 3 to 5 at a 3-1-3 tempo, heel tap of 10 seconds, and then a dumbbell lateral step or jump over for 20 seconds. So just getting a little bit of life in those feet, getting the body moving around, having some fun there, and you'll hit that for 1 to 2 rounds. We'll then start focusing in on the dumbbell snatch work. We're going to work on that Sumo high pull for 3, then we'll hit 1 to 3 dumbbell snatches, and then repeat that sequence on the other side. So 3 Sumo deadlift high pulls into a snatch for, again, a nice little sequence on the other side. Then from there, we're going to skip for 20 seconds. If you have access to skipping at your home or where you're at. If not, I'll have some different options here for you guys here. And then you're going to run for 100 to 200 meters or some butt kicks or cardio piece of choice that you're choosing to use in this work set today. So we'll have some fun with this today, you guys. We'll enjoy it. We'll break it down. Make sure you're getting ready for your work set and getting all ready to go, because today we have a nice little sprint chipper. So with this workout, we have a 1,000-meter run that I would like you to try and push the pace on just a little bit. Then we have 100 double unders or cardio piece of choice in place of those 2 pieces. So check your workout description. I'll have options for both of those. And then we're going to finish off with the dumbbell snatch for 50 alternating reps. So the dumbbell snatch can be on the slightly heavier side if you like, but you should be able to take down at least, I'd say, 10 to 12 reps in a row in terms of choosing that load. So you can take it down 5 sets of 10 if you need to, bigger chunks, whatever you have access to, and whatever you like to play with. And just one time through. So 1,000-meter run or cardio of choice, double under for 100 or skipping option, and dumbbell snatch for 50 total count reps. Done. Let's get you ready. Let's get you warm. Let's have a fun day today. All right, let's get those feet under those hips. We're going to take those arms big and tall up overhead, and we're just going to shrug those shoulders to the ceiling. We'll come back down. We're going to reach to one side. Nice big reach. We'll come back through. Nice big reach. Oh, good. Come back through and scratch your back. Setting those shoulders. Let's reach through the elbow and down. Reach through the elbow and down. Reach and down. Reach and down. One more time. Reach and down. And reach and down. Big stretch overhead. And forward fold. Touch those toes. Walk up those shins. Come back down and frame a foot. We'll step back into your lizard. Nice and square. I'll take the inside hand. Big scoop. Rotate. Forearm down towards the floor. Big stretch. Rotate. And then big stretch. And then rotate. And come back up. Big stretch. We'll plant the hand. Take that outside hand. Big reach to the ceiling. Back down. Gripping the floor. We'll step back. Nice hip. Reaching to the sky. That down dog. We'll just walk our heels nice and slow, but keeping it dynamic. Nice and steady. And we'll come back into our plank. We'll step the other foot up. Nice and square in those hips. The inside hand reaches. Rotate. Forearm to the floor. Come back up. Forearm to the floor. Back up. And forearm to the floor. And back up. Planting that hand. We'll step back into that down dog. Reaching through those hips. Again, walking those feet out. Nice and slow. Nice and steady. Come back into our plank. And tiptoe those feet up. Rolling ourselves all the way up overhead. Little reach. Little reach. We come down with those hands. Whew. Let's get you fired up. Now, if you have any extra movement you'd like to do, please pause the video. Take that down right now. Maybe some upper body, maybe some lower body love. But take that down now. I'm gonna get you going on that first phase of our warm-up, which is gonna cover a little bit of everything, but we'll make sure we're good and ready. All right, we're gonna kickstart off with our plank lean to down dog. So I'm gonna get myself established into my nice solid plank position. So my feet are together, hands are just outside the shoulders. I'm gonna press the floor away, and my eyes are gonna be looking just in front of my fingers. And I'm gonna lean over to the left. And then I can come back through and lean over to the right. We're gonna come back to center, and then I'm gonna pull back into my down dog, reaching those hips nice and high. And we'll come back into that plank. And again, I'll lean to the left and lean to the right. We'll come back to center, pull back and up into that down dog. So we're making sure that we get that downward pressure into the floor, pressing through the ground, activating through that upper back, pulling those ribs in just subtly, and making sure we're getting that good, nice and smooth kind of plank going on. Pulling into that down dog, we want to make sure that we're hitting that nice active shoulder position to the overhead, making sure we have a neck and that we're kind of taking our time in between those transitions from our leans to our down dogs and our down dogs to our leans. Now from here, we're going to hit that 3 to 5 reps. We're going to take on a heel elevated squat. If you have a surface that you can kind of lift your heels up on about an inch, inch and a half. If not, you can do normal tempo air squats, which are fine. But this is just a nice option that we can play around with that's going to help keep our body just a little bit more vertical, and it's going to ease that ankle a little bit, but still work on some more ankle flexion. So what we're going to do, if we have the heel elevation, our laces are going to go right on the edge of that elevated surface so that my toes are on the floor. My heels are elevated, but they're not on the surface. So my toes are actually on this flat surface on the floor, and my midfoot is being supported by that elevated piece. My squat mechanics are the same. The only thing I have to really fight for is staying in that midfoot. So as I draw my hips down, I'm keeping my body upright, keeping my knees tracking my toes, and I'm gonna hit that position. I might hit a little bit more depth than I normally do, and then stand tall. The key thing here is not allowing ourselves to take advantage of the elevation and just dropping to the bottom. We want to make sure we're staying nice and active the entire time so that we can really own that position when we come off of the plate onto the floor. Now, if you don't have an elevated surface, your feet are going to come into your natural kind of air squat position, screwing into the floor, setting your ribs, and then we're going to draw those hips towards the heels, keeping the feet nice and flat, weight through the midfoot, same place as we would keep it on the plate as well, right through those laces, and working for that as vertical position as we can with our squat. Once we're done 3 to 5 at a 3-1-3 tempo, we're going to move into some heel taps just to really wake up our calves and our ankles. So we're going to bring our toes and heels right together. We're going to relax our shoulders. So again, a nice way to do that is just breathe them into your shoulder and just go and just let them hang. From here, we're keeping our core a little engaged, but then what we're going to do is get some nice solid heel taps. So we're working on fast little taps, so we're not worrying about coming up too high, but we're just letting the heels come up and down, and we're trying to stay balanced between the big toe and the pinky toe. So we're keeping that position nice and solid as we maintain that nice little bounce. We're going to hit that for 10 seconds, and then we're going to move into a dumbbell lateral step or a dumbbell lateral jump over. So we're going to get ourselves set up with a little hurdle or a dumbbell. We're going to jump with 2 feet, skip it, or step it back and forth just to get those feet going, get those ankles kind of prepped, and work on a little bit of coordination as we clear our hurdle laterally and sideways. So we're going to really work on those key positions and have some fun with that. Now, as a quick recap, we have a plank lean for 2 to down dog for 3 to 5, heel elevated squat or air squat for 3 to 5 reps at a 3-1-3 tempo, heel tap for 10 seconds, working on position and relaxing the arms and shoulders, and then dumbbell lateral step / jump over for 20 seconds. We'll hit that for 1 to 2 rounds, getting ourselves ready to go, and then we're going to grab that dumbbell and we're going to use it for our snatches and work on some skill work. So our next phase, we're gonna kickstart off with some dumbbell skill work. So we're gonna start off with the Sumo deadlift high pull. But if you would like to ease into this and add in a couple Sumo deadlifts, please do so. It can be very beneficial and it can allow you to really find your legs and kind of see where your hips and your legs are at in terms of a starting position, if not from the floor. So I'm gonna stand right over top of this dumbbell in between my feet because we're mimicking the snatch today. I'm gonna draw my hips back and then lower my hips and shoulders down to the floor to maintain that good back position. In this position, I'm gonna show you a deadlift first. I'm gonna push through those legs, opening the hips and knees, coming to that full extension. From here, we move right into our Sumo deadlift high pull. So I'm gonna hit that same start position and I'm gonna pick up some speed, get some speed on the dumbbell, and then guide that dumbbell to that high and outside position. So thumb towards my armpit, which brings the dumbbell high and outside. So I come back down again from the front, building speed, and getting that dumbbell up, and then coming back down. You'll notice when I did the high pull, I'm not holding the dumbbell up here, and I'm not over pulling with the upper body. I'm just guiding the dumbbell to that position, to that height that my legs and hips have given it energy enough to get to. So we want to really focus in on that good engagement through the legs the entire time. Once we've done our third Sumo deadlift high pull, or our desired rep that we're going to play with, we're going to carry through into the overhead position. So I'm going to get down again, pushing through those legs, building speed, finding that overhead, pushing into that dumbbell, and then coming back down. I'm going to do anywhere from 1 to 3 reps. So I'm going to push through those legs, stand tall, pull it down, and continue on through there with my desired rep of 1 to 3 reps. Now with that dumbbell snatch, we want to think about, again, the legs doing the work, letting that dumbbell carry, and then we just punch the sky and push ourselves into that little power position. So we're in that good, strong overhead position. Something else we're trying to do, as soon as that arm is locked out, those feet are on the floor. So as soon as those feet touch, that elbow should be straight, strong, and locked out overhead. Once you've done 3 Sumo deadlift high pulls, or that combination of deadlift and Sumo deadlift high pull of your choice, you rock your 1 to 3 snatches, and then we're going to move into some skipping, or some ankle pops, or power jumps, or some dumbbell lateral jump overs. But again, we did that earlier in the warm-up, so I would flip it over to that ankle pop so you can work on some more skipping practice. So our feet are going to stay together. Like our heel taps, we're going to have that nice tall posture, except we're going to pull the hands up to the pockets. So the elbows are kind of backing up, my hands are relaxed, and I'm going to get this kind of like shaking off the water kind of position. So as I jump, you get that nice pop. My shoulders are relaxed, my hands relax, and my elbows kind of give as I work on that timing. So you'll notice that when I jump and I land, my hands kind of get that nice little flick as I go. And that timing is going to be crucial as we start to venture into double under practice. So we can use this as a chance to work on timing, the beat of the jump, and the power jump for our double under practice. It also helps wake up the knees, the feet, gets that heart going because they get tiring after a while. So hit those up, play with that. If you have a skipping rope and you're like, I kind of want to do a couple ankle pops into my skipping, be my guest, play with that combo. It's a great combo and it's going to help transition some skill and posture work into that skip. After that, we're going to go for a run or cardio piece of choice, or you can work on the butt kick. Now with the butt kick, we're going to stand nice and upright, holding onto that imaginary tissue paper with the arms up to 90, and we're going to pull a foot up and under, and up and under. So we're flipping back and forth into that pose position. So the foot is directly under the hip in that nice tall upright position. And we're just going to go back and forth, finding that nice kind of marching pace, running pace, sprinting pace, whatever pace you'd like to take in those butt kicks. But remembering that we want to make sure that that foot is underneath the hip at all times. If you have trouble figuring that out, just set your phone up, kind of film yourself as you do it so you can see where your foot is, or you can just have the camera on and you can kind of watch yourself in real time. If you don't have a big mirror, you can kind of play around with that phone just to see bring it back into the feeling world as you try and do it without visual. As a quick recap, we have that dumbbell sumo deadlift high pull for 3, dumbbell snatch for 1 to 3, repeat on the other side. Remembering if you'd like to do some deadlifts in there, you can. Skip for 20 seconds or ankle pop, run for 100 to 200 meters or butt kick for about 20 to 30 seconds, or warm up that cardio piece of choice you're going to use in place of the run. And then hit that for 2 to 3 rounds, figuring out some working weight for your snatches, for your movements, and then we'll get ready for this work set. So pause it, rock it, come back and join me for our workout. Our workout is upon us, everyone. We have 1,000-meter run, 100 double unders, 50 alternating dumbbell snatches. So again, check the workout description today for your run options, your double under options. Make this your workout that you have access to at home, and that is going to give you the best options for you today. The dumbbell snatch today is 50 alternating reps, so instead of doing all of them on one side, you're going to do 50 total count reps, taking it to the floor or your desired depth that you can maintain good back position. Now I'm going to show you a couple things you can practice if you'd like in terms of working on a transition of the dumbbell. So what we're looking at, I'm just going to do a snatch here. I get set up, good back position. I drive through those legs, building speed, landing. Now something we can play with to work on our transition, bringing the dumbbell to the shoulder, not necessarily slow, but transitioning hands at the chest, taking it down to your desired depth, and snatch. Come back up, shoulder, chest, floor. Good, shoulder, chest, floor. So you can kind of work on that nice little flow to start working on a transition. Especially if you're someone who normally transitions on the floor, this is a nice skill to develop as we start moving forward, because it allows you to stay in constant kind of flow and motion with the dumbbell. They do get tiring, and the cardio will get taxed a little bit more, so a little bit differently, but it's a cool skill and it's a nice skill to practice, especially with these bigger reps and perhaps with a little lighter weight, so you can kind of practice that flow of the transition to keep the body moving. If you're like, I'll practice it, but I'm not using it in the workout, that's fine. Use what you're comfortable in the workout, but definitely take some time to practice that transition to make sure you're kind of building that skill so we can move forward in the future. I hope you guys have a ton of fun with this one, you guys. It's going to be a good sprint chipper, one time through, try and push the pace. Dad, Mike, have a fantastic, fantastic day today. I hope you guys enjoy your day. We love you guys, tons in the community. It's an amazing thing. Have a great one, you guys. Thinking about you guys a lot today, and enjoy. Bye, you guys.